Hi, I'm Lisa Valenti, registered dietitian with Healthline, and one thing I'm always asked about as a dietitian is meal plans. Planning out your meals is helpful for a variety of reasons, but it can be especially key if you have diabetes. What you eat is important to help you manage your blood sugar. With a little bit of planning, it becomes much easier to have healthier meals ready and available. We want to avoid that whole super hungry, what's for dinner, rummage through the pantry, and come up with something not that nutritious or end up grabbing takeout. A meal plan helps with that. Today, we're going to chat a little bit more about meal plans and share our meal plan for diabetes, complete with recipes for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Plus, get my tips for how to follow a meal plan and make smart substitutions and swaps. Here are some of the benefits of following a meal plan. Following a well-balanced meal plan like this one, where we have curated recipes specifically for people with diabetes, can help you have more stable blood sugar levels, manage your weight, reduce your risk of diabetes-related complications, feel your best, and maintain steady energy throughout the day. Healthy eating helps with all those, and following a meal plan makes it easier to eat better. There are other upsides to following a meal plan as well beyond your health. You can save money. You have a plan for the food you buy, you're less likely to grab food from a restaurant, and you only buy what you need at the store. That organization pays off by helping you save money on food. You can grocery shop faster and easier. No one wants to spend all day at the grocery store throwing random foods in their cart only to watch them go bad in their fridge. Planning ahead includes making a shopping list, which makes it much easier to head to the store and get what you need. There's no more asking yourself what's for dinner. Is it just me, or do we all get hungry around 4:30 p.m. and start to wonder just what is for dinner? It can be exhausting to think of what to eat after a long day, and even more challenging to make healthy choices when you're hungry and tired. Meal plans answer this question for you every day. You can take the time to think about the foods you're eating, getting a variety of healthy foods into your diet, and choosing nutrient-rich options that are beneficial for your blood sugar when you have a meal plan. So how do you build your own meal plan? No foods are off limits when you have diabetes, but making upgrades to some of your favorite foods can make a big impact when it comes to your blood sugar. If you want to build your own meal plan with your favorite recipes and foods, you can. Focus on whole, unprocessed foods and include lean proteins, healthy fats, non-starchy vegetables, and fiber-rich carbs at each meal. Make sure that your carbohydrates for each meal fit within your goal. We have 7 days worth of breakfast, lunches, and dinners in our diabetes meal plan article, which we'll link here. But I wanted to showcase a few great ideas and swaps for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Breakfast. Eggs and veggies, whether that's a veggie and goat cheese scramble or a tomato and basil frittata, can be a great high protein and lower carb way to start your morning. Some other ideas for breakfast include apple pie oatmeal with Greek yogurt. We're using whole grain oats and pair it with plain Greek yogurt for protein, which helps slow digestion. Cinnamon and apples will add flavor and some natural sweetness. Try a fruit and almond smoothie. Smoothies can be tricky when you have diabetes because it's very easy to add a lot of carbs to your drink. This one combines frozen strawberries and peaches with Greek yogurt for that balance of carbs and protein. If you are going to follow your own recipe for smoothies, be sure you're adding a source of protein and be mindful of how much fruit you add to keep carb counts in check. You'll probably want to skip the juice or adding any liquid that has a higher amount of carbohydrates. Greek yogurt with blueberries and granola. Choose plain Greek yogurt for no added sugar and more protein. Add fruit. Berries are a nice choice. They're a little bit lower in carbs than some other fruits. Frozen berries work too, just check to make sure there's no added sugar. And then either make your own granola or look for one that isn't too high in carbs and just add a little bit for some crunch and texture. Lunch ideas. There are a lot of ways to make healthy lunches when you have diabetes. Getting a mix of non-starchy vegetables, protein, and whole grains is the base of a balanced plate. You can still eat foods like salads, wraps, and sandwiches. You just may need to be more mindful of portions and ingredients. You can look for lower carb breads and wraps, add lots of veggies and protein. Our meal plan includes recipes like veggie and chicken pasta salad, curry chicken salad pita, or a quinoa tabbouleh. Dinner ideas. Dinners are similar to lunches. Cooking dinner at home lets you manage what's in your food. You're in control of the ingredients, which means you get to be more mindful of carbs and also calories, sodium, and saturated fat, which all tend to be higher in restaurant and takeout dishes. Our plan includes recipes like grilled shrimp skewers, beef and rice stuffed peppers, and Jamaican pork tenderloin with lemony green beans. You can also swap lunches and dinners depending on what you're in the mood for. Salmon salad with white beans is a hearty option for either meal. Make it for dinner and have leftovers for lunch the next day. Diabetes-friendly dinners can still be satisfying and delicious. So how do you stick to a diabetes meal plan? Meal plans aren't meant to be followed perfectly. Sometimes plans change or what we're in the mood for doesn't line up with what's on the menu. Having some flexibility and learning how to make substitutions and additions allows you to still eat diabetes-friendly meals while making space for your life and your nutrition goals. Swap in similar foods, especially when it comes to carbohydrates. So if your meal plan calls for arugula and you'd prefer baby spinach, those are pretty similar. They're both dark leafy greens. Strawberries could be swapped for blueberries, fruit for fruit, chicken instead of steak or shrimp. Those are all protein foods. But if your recipe calls for a side of roasted zucchini, you wouldn't want to swap it for a side of rice, since then you're going from a non-starchy vegetable to a carbohydrate-rich food. The more you learn about foods, food groups, and macronutrients, the easier these swaps will be for you. Alternatively, you can find recipes to swap with similar nutrition stats. If your meal was around 500 calories with 45 grams of carbs, you can find a recipe that's in that same range. Think about portion sizes. Changing these changes the nutritional values of your meal. You don't need to measure every single bite you take, but it may be helpful to use a measuring cup or food scale to help you get a sense of portions. Most of us can't eyeball a half cup of pasta and could easily serve ourselves twice as much. But after you see it on your plate a few times, it will be easier to tell and you'll more accurately understand how many carbohydrates you're eating. Add in snacks. Our meal plan doesn't include snacks, and if you're anything like me, you may find that you want some. Be mindful of how many carbohydrates are in your snacks so that it fits within your daily totals. Don't forget about drinks. The amount of carbohydrates in drinks can add up fast if you're choosing beverages beyond water, unsweetened coffee or tea, seltzer, or diet sodas. Limit the amount of added sugar in your beverages and make sure to account for the carbs you're drinking as well as eating. Going out to dinner. As we've already mentioned, cooking at home typically means your meals will be healthier, but that doesn't mean you can never go out. Read the menu over beforehand if it's available and try to find a meal that fits within your meal plan. And don't be afraid to make swaps or modifications. Ask for salad instead of French fries, or eat half of the carbohydrate serving and save the other half for later. To truly personalize your meal plan, talk to a dietitian or someone on your healthcare team to help you make a plan that's just for you. Sticking to a meal plan may feel challenging at times, but planning ahead has lots of benefits. You don't have to be limited by the recipes in our 7-day meal plan. Get creative and experiment with new diabetes-friendly recipes to find your favorites. And if you ever get off track, don't beat yourself up. Let it go, forgive yourself, and get right back on track at your next meal. Being mindful of carbs, your blood sugar numbers, and how you feel as you eat different meals can help guide you to finding the right meals for you. Eating when you have diabetes doesn't need to feel boring or restrictive. Planning helps you enjoy meals that support your health. Use this 7-day meal plan as a starting point, and don't be afraid to mix and match recipes to find what works best for you. We hope this meal plan and these tips makes your diabetes journey a little bit easier and more delicious. For more resources and support, be sure to check out Healthline.com. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more from me and Healthline.